Amari, you ended up with 24 points and 24 rebounds. Ultimately, it fell short because everyone was fouling out. Were you guys having any problems with the way the refs were officiating the game on the defensive end for you guys?
Yes, we were having problems with the way the officials were calling the game. It was mostly a lot of it was our fault, but I mean, we only had 7 people, so I feel like we kind of gave the game away to them, just the way we were playing, fouling them, fouling a lot, putting our hands on them and stuff.
All right. Your teammate Victoria Morris, she started 0 for 10, 0 for 3. She didn't score until the second half. What do you tell her, knowing that she's a key part of your offense? How do you tell her to keep shooting, keep going, and stay aggressive?
She knows, Vicky's like instant offense for us. So, we tell her not to get inside her head, and, eventually her shot's going to fall because, she's a very good player. And, sometimes we all have off nights. So, just tell her to keep on believing, and it's going to fall eventually.
And you guys started the game really hot on offense and defense, moving the ball in transition. But in the second half, it wasn't the same story. You said part of it was your guys' fault. What did you see in the second half that made you think this game slipped away from you guys?
I think we let them get momentum really in the second half because they just brought a lot more energy in the second half, and I feel like we should have brought more energy too. I feel like that gave them momentum, and that kind of put us in a slum. And then when we had our 5th person foul out on the floor, having to play 4-on-5, I feel like that kind of put us in a mental slump, but I feel like we still played our hardest with the circumstances that we did have.
All right.
Any other questions for Amari? All right. Thank you.
So my thoughts on the game today, wow, there's so many spinning in my head, but I'm going to keep this light and keep it politically correct, as opposed to using all the expletives that I want to use for what we had to endure. Outside of us having to finish the game for 2 overtime periods with just 4 players, I have to commend our Monarchs for even still allowing us to have a chance. We had some stellar performances from Amari. She hasn't seen the court since January 16th, and for her to come back and have 24 points and 24 rebounds, it just shows how gifted she is as a player. We definitely have some things that we need to work on because we are still fouling extremely too much. We can't rely on the referees to alter the integrity of the game to save us from having to be put in a predicament where we just have 4 players on the court. It can't happen. So we have to take the onus on ourselves to defend better individually and as a unit so that we can have the force that we need to finish out games. We have Charlotte on Saturday, so we're just going to regroup. We're going to watch film. We're going to have healthy discussion, and we're going to get better. That's all we can do.
Any questions for Coach?
Yeah, I have one.
Go ahead.
So, Coach, you guys held the lead up until the third quarter, which is also when you guys lost the rebounding advantage as well. So I just want you to talk a little bit about that and maybe why you guys lost the rebounding advantage. Was it that you guys lost the edge a little bit? Because I saw the energy coming out of the second half was a little different than what you guys had in the first.
No doubt. I feel like the same thing that bit us in the butt against Marshall in the third quarter is the same thing that bit us in the butt today. Marshall had number 4 for them, Wheeler. She had a slow first half, but she came out in the second half guns a-blazing because she is all that they needed to get them going and to provide a spark. Tonight, it was Octavia Jet Wilson. She was 2 for 10 in the first half. I told the girls, second half, don't let the Giant wake up. Don't allow her to get into this ball game. And sure enough, she almost gave us 50 points. It took double overtime for her to get that, but still, she left a resounding impact on the game, and it started for her in the third quarter. We have got to find a way to match people's energy, intensity, or either supersede it. One of the two. But we can't remain in a passive state relying on the work that we did in the first half to carry us over into the second half. People are going to regroup, they're going to adjust, and they're going to come harder. So if they're going to do that, we have to raise to the occasion too.